much. Let's check in with our meteorologist. That's Devin Lucy. Okay, Devin, we're ready for you. They're right in the middle of all of it. We're here at Crescent Elementary for today's weather school.
We are. We're with our fourth grade class here at Crescent Elementary. You know, the building gets a little bit difficult to get to sometimes. I almost went to the high school. Is that the high school over here? Middle school. And then I found out I needed to take another turn to come over. So I'm glad I took the right turns to be with you today. Everybody excited to be on TV today? Yeah! Awesome. That's a great little exclamation. Yeah, that's a good way to say it here today. So we were just getting into the weather and speaking a little bit about it today, and we kind of got to the main point of which we will discuss our weather for the rest of the afternoon. We need to talk about two different types of precipitation today, about what we're going to get, right? And what is the big forecast dilemma and the problem we're going to try to solve today to deciding what precipitation we're going to get. I'll scoot over here. What's your name?
Mia.
Mia, what's the precipitation dilemma and forecast problem we have today?
Whether we're going to get rain or snow.
That's exactly right. I knew you would listen and know that answer to it. Now, who can tell me what the difference will be into who's going to get snow and to who's going to get rain? I saw a hand go up right in front of me. So let's ask this lady, what's your name?
Kate.
Kate, what's the big difference between who's going to find snow? We have to go where?
Higher.
That is right, which means down lower we're going to get
Rain.
rain. So to sum it all up today, I could say elevation, and then I can just leave and let you do the forecast, right? No, I'm not going to do that today. We'll talk more about how we can find out. Do you want to find out how I'm going to know at what elevation it's going to snow and where it's going to rain? All right, we'll talk about that later. In the meantime, I'll get right to the point and tell them at what elevation we're going to find that rain and snow. So you'll also hear it, and then we'll be able to find out why. Okay, let's take a look outside. And the key little thing is here, you're on TV the entire time. I'm going to step out of the way so Mr. Caleb can see you here. You can go ahead and wave to your parents or whoever's watching at home, and we'll pan around and see you up close. So we look outside JD Byrider downtown Cam. We have got in the way of a little bit of cloud cover. That cloud cover is not going to go anyway anytime soon. We've found some rain in northern Utah, but we've also found some rain elsewhere. We found it in southern Utah. You know what most of Utah is going to find today? Rain. In fact, fairly rare instance where almost all of Utah is going to find that rain as well. Real-time temperatures. Well, I stepped outside, and you know what it felt like to me? It felt warm. Did it feel warm to you?
Yeah.
A little bit, kind of. Well, with the wind that was factored into, it didn't maybe feel that warm this morning, so we have a thing called the wind chill factor. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah. It actually feels colder than it really is when you factor in the wind. So temperatures that have been 40s are feeling more like 30s, but we've gotten in some instances closing into nearly 50. Boy, that 50 sure would feel nice, even without that sun. So there's a look at the wind chill factor that's there. Real-time temperatures all across the region. We're working at least a little bit of warmer air is trying to work through the state as well. South winds, though, 20 to 30 gusts have been a little bit higher. So we have a lot to cover here. We're going to try to cram it in. What we've got is we've got a situation where we've got a storm off the California coast, and that storm has picked up a ton of moisture off the Pacific waters, and it's pushed it through California, it's pushing it through Nevada, and that's what's coming into Utah here today. In fact, we're looking at that to bring us quite a bit of precipitation in the way of what we say is a river up in the air, an atmospheric river, we say. So for today, expect rain developing as we get towards the time we're going to go home today. Did you bring your rain gear? Uh-oh, we might be a little bit wet when we get home today. I hope your parents are able to pick you up or you're able to get on that bus quick. So after we get through today and rain today, maybe tonight a cold front comes through, and you know what we could also find, which is fairly rare in the middle of winter? A thunderstorm. Maybe we find a thunderstorm, and that could drop in some colder air in the mountains. That could put down a lot of heavy snow very quickly, but we could find our own snow tomorrow night going into Saturday. Southern Utah, we are finding rain spreading all across southern Utah through the rest of today. Through tonight, this wave of rain is kind of in, it's out, but it could put quite enough down that even near Zion National Park in St. George, they could be getting up quite a bit of rain. And then overnight Friday into Saturday, maybe St. George and Cedar City get a little rain, maybe a rain-snow mix for St. George. But what was I just talking about how much rain we're going to get in southern Utah? Southern Utah, in a fairly rare middle of the winter kind of a thing, they could be getting upwards of rain that would be about 1/4 of an inch to Cedar City, maybe 1/2 an inch in towards St. George, to maybe even 1 inch of rain in some parts near Zion National Park through today. So that could be quite a bit of rain to be coming your way. St. George, in your forecast today, looking at that rain, we're looking at a possibility of a rain-snow mix then overnight tomorrow night into Saturday, but the rain today keeps it cold, only 48 degrees. Salt Lake City to the Wasatch Front, we are looking for temperatures today, well, not bad. We're into the mid-40s, upper 40s, but some might near 50, but the wind might make it feel a little bit cooler. Rain today and a little rain tonight, but as we go tomorrow night into Saturday, as the cold air works in, we might be finding more. Anybody know? Snow. I knew they were great listeners, that they even knew the answer that they didn't know that they knew. All right, fourth graders here. We'll be back with more weather in 25 minutes. In the meantime, we'll tell people about, which I kind of failed to mention, the snow, which goes up in over 8,500 feet by this afternoon. We'll talk about why that's the case and then come back to you in another 25 minutes from now.
Thank you very much.
I like there's a kid in there just listening to him like this.
Well, because Devin's just fascinating.
Well, do you think they did Valentine boxes before this, or are they doing them after?
I bet after. That's their treat for after.
So they're waiting patiently for the Valentine candy. If you're waiting for something to help